What's up, everybody? Looks like this is part two of Bitcoin. I said we were going to be pretty involved here, and here we are. So we are looking at a potential pullback and where would it happen? Would we kind of zigzag our way down? And I'm looking at 42, basically this zone in between here. Now, I know that looks a bit far-fetched, but that is major support down here, right? That is before we did this big run. So if this thing's going to roll over, I don't think we'd be going below 42. And if we do, how long will it take for us to get down there? Unsure, but we have a look at some GANFAN action. And then kind of move this up a bit to see if we see any confluence. Let me go full screen here for a second. See if we can spot some math. Well, it's possible that we could be down around here, June, right? And I'm just looking at this here. However, what I do like to do is go above this guy, directly above. So we're just kind of eyeballing it. And where's our 1-to-1? 1-to-1 is right about here. Possible somewhere in here. I kind of like my first guess, down around June. I don't know if we would crash super hard, but I'm thinking if this is 2013 cycles repeating themselves, somewhere in the summer, a potential bottom as we run up to our final, 98% or whatever, down around 180, I believe is what I was saying or thinking. $180. Up there somewhere. And when we look at this and then the potential of the growth, I can see it going up all that way. There's speculation that it'll go to 1 million, but that is not anywhere close to the very near future. I know Elon Musk wants it to go up there, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I can't seem to line things up greatly. I just think maybe we're going to see a little bit of a blow off or a rounding effect before we continue off. So unless we have a major news catalyst and this blows up, I'm starting to think that we are close to a top. And we'll just watch moving averages to see if we continue on. Now, looking at this triangle, let's argue that we are going to be taking off and heading up to the top. I guess that's kind of like the triangle we're playing with. And we got to watch for, a move to the upside. I know you'll see sometimes they do this, but I'm just looking at this move and hoping if we see a bounce. I don't know where it's going to be, but it looks like we may not get to 100,000 on this top if we do have a violent run up, right? And if we're within 3 days, granted, not every indicator, this one's been pretty accurate, but eventually all indicators fail, right? And I believe top indicator was here within 3 days. We're already within 3 days. I would even say let's give it 6 days as we start to mature. But even then, if this thing goes, I don't think we'll get any higher than, say, 75. And if I do, not sure if we would consider that the flagpole, but well, we don't break 100. Not sure if this is going to pan out. I think we're close to a breakdown. Anyways, setting up the stops around the 20. I mean, you're going to give up a bit of money, but what's the percentage here? We're right here. Well, we're giving up about 5%, essentially, if this thing starts to drop off. So watching that, and even if we can watch for movement within the half-day cycle to give us an idea of what we're expecting. So what is the general trend now on the half day? Is down, and we're finding support, and we're waiting to see if this breaks down and continues down, or if we see a bounce. If we see a bounce, we may see a higher high, and then we're up around 70 grand. If we see a breakdown, then we'll be going down to about 60, and then possibly finding resistance at 62 as we continue down, 59. And if we go below the 200, welcome to the bear cycle. We'll be quiet for quite some time, and you'll hear the grumbling and people getting trapped, yada yada yada. Back to the daily. So this is why I'm starting to think that perhaps we should start thinking about new positions. Do, do, do. Yeah, I'm thinking possible. Come back down. We'll try and find some support around the 40 plus mark before we try and test our ultimate 180. And if we do, we know that nothing ever travels in the same direction. There has to be pit stops. So if there are, I mean, we can expect, bang, bang, bang. And then we'll do like one of these up to here. And then maybe find support here, run like crazy, back off. And then the ultimate run up for 180. And then the long, slow grind down to Lord knows where it's going to be. But it's going to hurt. Whatever it is, it's going to hurt. And if you were trapped in 2013, yeah, where are we here? If you were trapped in 2017, sorry, and you saw this rally and then down, you know that this made a lot of people nervous. So thinking the opposite is when this rally top went. So I think this might be the footprint of the future. We don't want to predict any further than that because we're just grasping at straws, right? So, anyways, I'm thinking we're getting a little tired. The top indicator, I'm not sure what the Wall Street boys and everybody are saying. If we do see a run up, I would probably do SMA 5 and start using that as the next pit stop. And SMA 5 right now is sitting at around 116. So if this thing bounces and then goes gangbusters, slightly breaking the 100 mark around 120 might be the short-lived destination. But I don't know. Do we follow these indicators and suggest that in fact we are losing steam, we are rounding off, we are topping off? Does it look like we're going to go flying up? Is the cycle top indicator correct? We never looked at monthly. Let's have a look at monthly. Can't really. I mean, what can we see? Uh, I don't really see much aside from the fact that we're above the 20-month. Big deal. I think weekly should be good enough as long as we stay above the 20 week. If we find, actually, it's interesting that the 20 week is right around where we want our bounce territory. So it could be that we might be up a little higher than the 40, right? We could actually, let me, why did I do that? I'm just looking at this section here, and the 20 is right about here. So we could do that, or we may have to bring this up a little bit more and see if we find support. I really like this section right here at, what is that, 45 grand? There we go. Mr. Gann, 45,000, 45 degrees. And I can't put in a price, so let's do a horizontal. Okay. And we'll bring it right down there. Like so. Oh, might as well change that to red too. So I think maybe that's what's going to happen. We're seeing this wedge pattern play out. It's possible that we will go up, but I'm not eternally a bear. I'm eternally looking for a better deal. So volume is dropping off. We do see buying starting to pick up. So if we do, I just think we're going to fake out and then come back down and start testing this 20 again. When was the last time we tested the 20? It was way back here in October. Let's start counting cycles of sevens. 28 bars. Maybe this is the final month. 4 cycles of 7. Sorry, weekly. Yeah, maybe this is the final week. I mean, monthly. It was only right about here. We'll call it that. 10. Yeah, I can't really see any kind of confluence here. It could be that at 14 bars is when we bounce. I don't think so. I'm getting a little black magic going on there, so I'm not going to bother with that. So yeah, I think that's the argument that I'm shooting for, is we're going to see some rounding off, and then start looking at future support sections in the summertime, at which point possibly May. Did we ever look to see, let's go BLX just one more time. I know I'm flipping back and forth, but this is how I think and how I search. Close that off. There you are. July. So the big dump. And then I would say, I mean, this is the bottom, but I would say that this is the bottom of the pullback. And that was somewhere at the beginning of July. And where is Tux situated? October. So maybe it's more, oops, sorry. Yeah. Maybe it's more like September. Oh, that's the cycle bottom. Where's July? Right here. Okay, so BTC USDT. Here it says June, right? End of May, June. Scooch them over into June. So somewhere between June and July. So maybe some sort of breakout, and then down here, and then we start looking at, I don't know, 180, blah, blah, blah. So I can't think of anything else to discuss. Ethereum is very similar. Ethereum, I think, grows a lot faster than Bitcoin, but Bitcoin sets the trends that others will follow, right? Like if we look at Litecoin, Monero, ETH, and we see that they are all the way down here. They all pretty well follow, right? The money comes out, goes into USDT, and it just basically follows the granddaddy. Yes, the numbers will be a little bit off, but you can see how is this? This is Monero XMR, and this is LTC. They're actually very close to each other. And Monero seems to be gaining traction on LTC, but you can see ETH, LTC, they're all basically following Bitcoin as they go up. And the growth of the alts will be faster during altcoin season. It does not necessarily mean that Bitcoin goes pulling back. It just means it starts growing slower as the alts go up. And if you look left, you will see the exact same footprint of trading going in and out of crypto and into the crypto USDT, or the, would we call it a derivative? The pegged crypto dollar, if you will. But you can see how, if Bitcoin is up, then the alts are up. If Bitcoin is down, then the alts are down. When the alts take off parabolically, Bitcoin is still going up. It's just the Bitcoin dominance is down and the alt dominance is up. This is almost 40 minutes of talking crypto and Bitcoin. So I'm going to leave it there. And we'll make the thumbnail nice and big. And if you agree, disagree, feel free to comment. Just be selective in your words. Don't berate anyone. Everyone is entitled to a position. And we can all be 100% wrong all of the time. Trade safe.